Hey guys, Chris Falcone here again for the next lesson in the Arduino tutorial series. This one's going to be dealing with lighting up this red LED and using three differing resistances of resistor to change the brightness of said LED. And like I suggested in my PowerPoints, it's a smart idea to use a magnifying glass to identify these because the background color of a resistor makes it a bit difficult to discern what color each of the bands are. In order, we have a 220 ohm resistor, a 1000 ohm resistor, and a 10,000 ohm resistor. And for the sake of saving some time, I've already connected up the Arduino board here to my laptop. And thankfully this does not require a program since it relies on the internal power coming from my laptop through the circuit board. So to set up here, I'm going to take these wires that I've color-coded just for the sake of showing this, and I'm going to connect one to the 5-volt port here of the Arduino board, and I'll connect that in here to the positive lead that runs through this breadboard. And that should distribute the power here. I'll connect this one to the ground, and I know in the kit this comes with, it shows it as being plugged in somewhere else, but considering there are 3 ground ports spread out along the Arduino here, there's 2 on this side and there's 1 over here, it doesn't necessarily matter which one you use. So for the sake of convenience, we'll use this one. From there, we will take our LED and making sure we plug in the short side, the one with the flat edge, into the cathode. We will start working on where this circuit goes. So as you can see, that hole is a little sticky for that LED. That should work better. You've got to play around with the breadboard a bit to get it to work sometimes because it's meant for more temporary working with a circuit than permanence. And so once that's there, we can take the resistor, which doesn't have a positive or negative lead, and we can very carefully put in one end right next to where the LED's leg is and the other leg into the positive lead, and that should complete the circuit and allow power to flow through the circuit board into the breadboard and then back around, completing the circuit. And as you can see, that's reasonably bright, so that should do pretty well. Next we can take out this resistor, which was the lowest one, and we can replace it with the next highest, which is the 1000 ohm resistor. And plugging this in correctly, and it's a little difficult sometimes because the legs of the resistors don't always cooperate. You can see that this is distinctly different in brightness than the previous one because less current is flowing through the LED. Finally, if we remove this one and insert the largest resistor, you can see that this is even more dim by comparison, and there is a stark difference in brightness from the first one. And that concludes this specific lesson. Moving on will be the next lesson on the RGB LED, which should be very interesting.